Welcome to the last call. I'm Ian Walker.
It's Jesse James.
And today we're going to talk about the Week 5 in the NFL. We picked out the top 5 games, in our opinion. We're going to start with the Patriots versus the Bengals, which the Bengals, who were undefeated going into the game, got blown out.
Yeah, everybody wanted to say they were the best team in the league. I never thought they were the best team in the league. Marvin Lewis is still their coach. Andy Dalton's still their quarterback. And they got blown off the field, to put it nicely.
You know, when they got out, yardage 505 to 320. They had the ball 17 minutes less than the Patriots.
The Patriots were on a mission to prove something. Everyone's saying Tom Brady's washed up, that Tom Brady might be leaving New England, blah, 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 blah. And Cincinnati didn't show up.
They never show up.
They never show up in big moments. Never, never. And you know how I feel about the Cincinnati Bengals, so it gives me great pleasure to say that they were once again losing the first round of the playoffs if they made the playoffs. They didn't belong in the same field with New England.
No, they didn't. They didn't even get anywhere near the same amount of plays. When you got your defense out there for 82 plays and your offense only on the field for less than 50.
I mean, I looked at their defensive stats today, and they're actually, they have this, the beer fixed, or whatever the guy's name is hurt. The linebacker in the middle of their defense. But look, I mean, their defense is average this year. I mean, they're supposed to have this big bad defense. They'll probably get better, but Pittsburgh and Baltimore coming, so they might need to start winning.
Yeah, they might. Here's a quick note for you. Last time the Patriots won in a blowout after getting blown out, they went on to win the Super Bowl.
Cool stat. I don't think they'll do it this year just because Brady's older, but hey, nothing New England does surprises me anymore.
No, but
I mean, they could very well win the Super Bowl. I haven't picked to be in the Super Bowl, but that pick's not looking so great right now. But definitely
yeah, they're kind of up and down. But moving on to Giants versus Falcons. Everybody's been talking about how the Falcons are for real and this nonsense. But they lost 30-20 against the surprising New York Giants.
Yeah, I thought the New York Giants were going to start out the year 0-8 or 0-9. I thought they were terrible. I thought they couldn't run the ball, pass the ball, defend anybody. Their defense looks really good. Eli Manning has 8 TDs and 1 pick in his last 3 games. 75%, 71, and 63% completion in those games. He's playing out of his mind. Atlanta, I never know what to think about this team. Matt Ryan's throwing the ball all over the field, but they can't run and they can't stop anybody. They're 24th in pass defense and 28th in rush defense. They're not, Matt Ryan's going to have to throw for 400, 500 yards a game. Usually I thought he was the problem. I mean, now he's Matty Ice and all, but he's kind of slipped the last couple of years. It's not his fault they're losing games. I mean,
oh, no, not at all. Penalties. I'll have it right here. Had 8 penalties for 81 yards. You can't win games.
And see, that's a coaching issue right there. I'm starting to wonder, and I know it's early in the season, but is Mike Smith maybe on the way out? One playoff win for them in Ryan Smith era, so keep an eye on that.
Here's another thing. Falcons were in the red zone 3 times, but only got 1 touchdown.
Ooh, well, they can't run the ball.
And had to settle for 2 short field goals.
Yeah.
And this is the second straight week they had a loss after that big blowout win on national TV against Tampa Bay. They have done absolutely nothing since that game.
Yeah, and they lost to Cincinnati earlier this year. So that is teams that can throw the ball. They seem to not be very good against. I don't think they'll make the playoffs this year. And they're in a terrible. They might win that division by default, but nobody seems like they want that division. So
no. Moving on, Broncos versus the Cardinals was a big hyped game this week, and the Broncos destroyed them 41-20.
Manning 474 yards, 4 touchdowns. Demaryius Thomas looked like Michael Irvin out there. Patrick Peterson didn't seem to have much to say after the game, surprisingly. And honestly, I think this game is more about Denver than it is about Arizona. I'm not off Arizona, but they can't keep their quarterbacks healthy. They can't run the ball.
They're on their 3rd string quarterback.
And they're like 30th in the league in pass defense. Let me make sure I got that stat right. Yeah, their secondary is just getting torched.
Cromartie got torched for 6 catches and 199 yards.
I guess it's one of their guys is getting torched. I mean, they're stopping the run as usual, but I still think that they're going to fight for that one of the last playoff spots with San Francisco. I want to see those 2 teams play. You know I'm not a Carson Palmer fan. Drew Stanton's okay. I think that they'll never be reckoned with if they don't get that quarterback positions really locked down.
Yeah, and quick stat for you. Peyton Manning hasn't thrown an 80-yard bomb since 2001.
Wow.
That was his fourth season, or third season, I believe.
Did he throw one? Was that the Demaryius Thomas? Was that an 80-yard bomb?
88 yards.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, he throws a lot of short passes, a lot of ducks, but his game is more accurate up and down the field than Matt Stafford chunking the ball 50 yards in the air.
He only threw it 20 yards. And
Yeah.
Thomas took it.
Well, I mean, you see how he threw the ball though. I mean, he threw it perfect. So, yeah, I mean, that's on him. I mean, he threw the ball perfect, and Demaryius did the rest. So,
The one thing I have to say about the Cardinals, what killed them in this game, they couldn't get off the field on third downs. Broncos were 7 for 16, and the Cardinals were 3 for 16.
yeah, their offense is hurting. Poor Larry Fitzgerald. Denver's really good. It's just when my problem with Denver is they're going to have a lot of these 42-15 games.
Yeah.
What happens when they get in a shootout? Can their defense stop anybody? Or if they're in a short, or if they're in a close, low-scoring game, can their defense make pivotal stops? That's their question. Because they're great, but
Yeah.
that's theirs.
Those are our top 3 games of the week, and every week we're going to talk about our 2 favorite teams. We're a little biased. First, we're going to talk about the Cowboys versus the Texans. Dallas won 20-17, but it was in overtime, but it was a lot closer than it should have been.
Oh yeah, DeMarco Murray's having a great year. He's rushed for over 100 yards every game. He's got 5 touchdowns. He's got to stop fumbling the freaking football. Damn.
You're telling me?
I mean, come on, man. I'm stealing that from ESPN, and I love DeMarco Murray. He's playing well. And here's my question: is Tony Romo fooling us right now? Because obviously Jason Garrett's not calling these plays. Scott Linehan must be, because he's okay.
We're running the football. We are running the football.
Y'all are running the football, and Romo is 8-2 since that debacle in San Francisco, which I think was mainly rust and getting back in the playing shape. But he's looked really good. Now,
the defense isn't looking bad.
Your defense is not looking bad at all.
Texans only had 86 yards in the first half.
They had a good second half, but I mean, they were probably throwing the ball a lot more coming from behind. Y'all's defense. I guess y'all don't miss Rob Ryan.
No.
Or Monty Kiffin.
He's still there.
Y'all have y'all have
He's still there. He's not the defense.
Yeah, y'all got Marinelli.
Yeah,
and he's doing something right.
Dallas is on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, I don't see 8-8. This team looks different. They don't get in their way as much. They don't commit nearly as many penalties.
They're not throwing the ball as much.
They're not. I mean, they're throwing the ball. I mean, he's still throwing 300 yards, but I mean, it's within an offense.
It's balanced. I mean, we ran the ball 33 times and we passed 41. I'll take that every day of the week.
Can we get to the Texans real quick?
I would love to get to the Texans.
God bless you, Arian Foster. God bless you. Bill O'Brien, God bless you too. Whoever decided to get Fitzpatrick. Because here's the thing, I'm very critical of Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I like the guy. I don't know him, obviously, but from what I see, he seems like a good dude. He went to Harvard. The guy is a touchdown. The guy is an interception waiting to happen. I mean, damn. Yeah. I mean, I don't have the stats with me because every time I typed in the numbers, it was blowing off the page. But he had several years of 20 interceptions. I mean, I think he's just a Band-Aid. I don't know about Ryan Mallett. I'm an Arkansas fan, so I want to see him in there. But there's a reason New England drafted somebody and didn't keep Ryan Mallett.
Ryan Mallett got traded for a 6th round.
Right, yeah.
6th round.
I mean, didn't we say I was saying a couple years ago, I thought they just drafted him, used him as trade bait for a 3rd or 4th round pick, and then he's a 6th pick? I mean, 6th round pick?
Nothing to them.
Nothing. I mean, they give those away every year.
Yeah.
For players who are only playing their system for 2 years.
But the big thing that worries me is the Cowboys' defense been and plus side on Texans' offense. They're getting 5.7 yards a carry.
Yeah, Dallas is going to have to shore that up. They've been better against the run than that for most of the season. Arian Foster's, I mean, the Texans' offense is predicated on being able to run the football. That's why they didn't want Johnny Manziel. That's why they wanted a prototypical quarterback to stay in the pocket and hand the ball off to Arian Foster. So I think for one game, I will live with that than watching your secondary get torched.
Yeah. Well, moving on to your Steelers, and they play Jacksonville. They snuck out of there with a 17-9 win.
Yeah.
And when I say snuck out, they snuck out. Both teams were awful in the red zone. The Steelers at least kept them off the field for somewhat. I don't know what Jacksonville's coach is thinking, but throwing the ball 36 freaking times and only handing off 15.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterback.
Well, Pittsburgh is 11th against the rush, and no, I'm sorry, 7th against. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stats. They're 11th in rush defense and 12th in pass defense. So they're a little better than I expected. I think the scoreboard made it a lot closer. Jacksonville was really never in that game as a threat. Blake Bortles is looking really good, but I mean, and I'm not going to give him a hard time. He's a rookie. He's thrown 6 interceptions in 3 games, but he really ain't throwing to a whole lot of people. Like, I mean, he doesn't have Justin Blackmon. He's suspended indefinitely. Mercedes Lewis and some of these other guys. So I think I like the fact that he's able to get some of these out of the way because I think he's going to be a very good quarterback. And honestly, I mean, if you look at it from a stat standpoint, Brown had 84 yards, Bell had 82 on the ground, Big Ben had 273 yards and no picks. It's just we were terrible on third downs, which has been a problem all year. But the defense is playing a little better than expected. Of course, it's Jacksonville.
They're terrible.
And I honestly, I think that Pittsburgh's been a victim of their own schedule with Tampa Bay and Jacksonville back-to-back weeks.
They're not focused.
They don't seem to be focused. And Big Ben's quietly having another good year. So I think my Steelers will be okay.
I'm confident in Tomlin. He'll right the ship. But the Steelers finally won a game in Florida against a team that's awful. Because Tampa Bay's awful. But here's a big step for you. Rookie quarterbacks are 2-17 against Dick LeBeau since 2004. He blitzed Bortles on 18 pass dropbacks of his 38, and their defense had 2 sacks.
You know what sucks about that is Brian Hoyer had a really good game, so we probably won't be seeing Johnny football this week.
Yeah.
So the next game in Cleveland, so we'll be glad to cover that game.
Dallas is in Seattle. Ugh.
Okay, this could be
a loss.
Well, if we lose to Cleveland and y'all lose to Seattle, this is going to be a very, very sad podcast. We may have
next week.
Next week we may have clean asses sitting right here for you guys. But I think that just about wraps it up.
No, I want to move on to our cool little segment, Fool or No Fool.
Oh, I forgot about that. Cool.
Fool or No Fool. So I'm going to go through all the games and we're going to make a statement and we're going to say Fool or No Fool.
Now, are these just the games we covered or all of them?
The games we covered.
Okay.
Patriots are back and they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
For now, Fool. I don't think they ever went anywhere. I just think they had a rough stretch. But yeah, Fool. The Broncos. San Diego's better.
I think I agree with you. The Giants and Falcons. The Giants are just doing this for a couple games and they're going to be awful again.
Not Fool. I still don't like this team. I still don't like their running backs. I still don't trust their defense, and they have to show more for 3 games. I don't think Eli can keep up just not throwing picks. I mean, he loves throwing him some picks.
Yeah, he sure does.
He's got 2 rings up. He's got 2 rings, but
I think they'll be fine. So I'm gonna say Fool, and I think they'll at least be 8-8 at least. I mean.
I could see that, but I don't like them, so I'm saying no Fool.
Broncos Cardinals. Cardinals are a fake.
Fool. They're gonna figure their defense out. Their pass defense for sure. And they everybody in the NFC West plays very tough. So I think it's foolish to write the Cardinals off. I mean, they just lost 1 game. And I think have they played San Francisco yet? I think they'll beat.
Yeah, they have. San Francisco lost at Arizona.
Right, so they've already beat San Francisco once. They're not going to beat Seattle, but they've already beat San Francisco once. They're not a fool.
It all depends. They need Carson Palmer back ASAP.
Yeah. He loves throwing them picks too, but he's better than what they have, and he's got experience in that division.
Texans are not as good as we thought they were.
Are not as good as we thought they were? I never thought they were good, so not Fool. They don't have a quarterback. They have a brand new coach. Arian Foster's looking great. Clowney got hurt the first game of the season. J.J. Watt is J.J. Watt, so I always thought they were just going to be mediocre this year anyway. So what was the question? They're not as good?
Yeah.
Not a Fool.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I mean, J.J. Watt can carry them some places, though. Mm-hmm. When he catches a touchdown pass and he can change the game.
He can change the game on 1 play. So They're a dangerous mediocre team. They could be watch out for them to be a spoiler at the end of the year.
Steelers will make the playoffs.
I'm going no full on that one. You just saw what Cincinnati did in New England. Cincinnati hasn't.
I think this is a down year for your division. Pittsburgh's okay.
We're not
They're
great.
doing okay.
Schedule helps.
Yes. Cincinnati is terrible. Not terrible, but they're playing terrible last week. But I think they'll kind of ride it back. But they're not gonna show up in the last couple of weeks.
What happened to Baltimore last weekend?
And then Baltimore, is just okay.
They're inconsistent. We're inconsistent. Cleveland is Cleveland, but Cleveland's showing a lot. They're showing a lot of promise.
I think they can win a couple of division games at home. I don't know if they can win any on the road, but they can win some at home.
Watch out for them next year. And I know I probably said that last year, but I think Pettin seems to be doing a good job with that team.
Especially that defense.
You don't hear anything bad coming out of Cleveland except for when Johnny Manziel threw the ball that one time. I did like that little play that when he went over to the sidelines. I know they called it a flag, just a little sidebar, but I love that.
I thought it was funny. But thanks for watching. This is last call in Week 5 in the NFL season.